Hi, my name is Caden. This is Castle Tutelage. This is your Home Defense Network. Today's topic is a carbine and what a pistol chamber carbine can do for your home defense. I got a couple of questions about this particular one because I saw it in the video. This is one of the cheaper models, but it's one of the easier ones to get in California because it does have a pistol grip right here, and it's an evil gun. I have to have a bullet button. So this particular one is a high point. Yes, it's a high point. It's the model number is 9540 TS. Okay, it shoots us 40 Smith & Wesson. And the reason why I have a high point, I absolutely love this carbine. It's a lot of fun to shoot, and it doubles as some of the tactics that we're discussing for home defense. Now, just to go over the home defense strategies or scenarios, if you will, there are 4 of them. The first one is that one that you hear late at night and you wake up, and it doesn't happen very often. The second one is that they'll ring the doorbell and you or a family member will come in and you'll open the door and they'll bum rush you with swift and overwhelming force. The third one is they're currently breaking in a door or a window. And the fourth one is that they meet you outside somehow. And while you're doing yard work, they'll come up to you, force you in the house. Or the more common one is that they'll follow you home in the car, or they'll be waiting for you when you come home. You'll open the garage door and you'll be there. The little caveat to that is if you're coming home and they're already inside the house and you walk in there. Now, 2 of those 4 scenarios, a carbine is not going to be, whether it's a rifle chamber carbine or a pistol chamber carbine, it's not going to be appropriate for those 2 scenarios, the ones that we spoke of. However, the carbine is very specific, and what the pistol chamber carbine can actually do is, if you want to streamline your home defense and the tools that you're using, and you don't want to have a bunch of ammunition sitting around, you know, some for a 223, a 308, a shotgun, you know, 40 Smith & Wesson, a 9mm. If you don't want all that in your house, a pistol chamber carbine is a good hybrid to incorporate what we were discussing on what a long gun can offer you as far as a barricade situation, and I'll just go into that a little bit. When you're listening to something out late at night, or someone's trying to break in through a door or window, you want the bad guy to go through a choke point, and they have to narrow themselves into so they're not going to be all spread out everywhere. So barricading yourself in that situation with a long gun, shotgun, whether it's a pistol chamber carbine, a shotgun, or a normal rifle round, is probably something going to be a little bit more appropriate. Now, if your theory is that you can have a carbine, you can have a handgun, this current one, let's just keep it smooth. You can have a 40 Smith & Wesson handgun. You can have a 40 Smith & Wesson carbine to keep everything simple. Now, some people are going to say, well, you have all the limitations of what a rifle can do, and it's a weaker caliber coming out of a rifle. So if you're going to have a rifle, why not just have a typical rifle round? My argument is that you have all the ease and control of a rifle. You're going to have 4 points of contact, a cheek, a shoulder, 2 hands when you're shooting. A handgun, you are totally dependent on your fine motor skills. So when you're getting that adrenaline dump into your bloodstream, you're not going to be totally dependent on your fine motor skills of your hands, because you just have gross skills. Now, I don't prescribe to the fact that a carbine, a shorter carbine, is a hindrance to moving around the house. I don't prescribe to that effect. What I will say is that if you can barricade yourself behind a door with your family that is secured in a safe room, is going to be a little bit more smart than tromping around your house like Elmer Fudd looking for the rabbit. Okay. Now, if you feel the need to tromping around the house, the pistol chamber carbine with a light is not going to be a hindrance, especially if you're trained going around the corners, because the one main argument that the people will have is that handguns are highly maneuverable and you can go around corners. Well, a bad guy can grab a pistol just as easily as he's going to be able to grab a rifle if you don't know how to go around the corners. Granted, they're going to have a little bit more surface area on this, But the thing about a pistol is that it can be easily grabbed and get out of battery, so it won't fight anyway. So you're just having a big metal sledgehammer in your hand, and you just go from there. So again, when you're looking at the tactics and the strong suit of what each tool represents in your home defense arsenal, the pistol chambered carbine is going to be, let me get the entire thing in here. The pistol chambered carbine is going to be a good option if you don't want to have a bunch of caliber sitting in your home. And the one good thing about it is that smaller children, weaker wives or weaker husbands, gay lovers, whatever, the recoil on this is pretty much non-existent. So follow-up shots are going to be a little bit more important. Now, again, let's follow through the argument is that there's going to be a pistol chambered round, which typically is going to be, for lack of a better word, the knockdown or takeout power is going to be muted a little bit. In a handgun, the handgun, no matter what caliber you use, will take the bad guy out of the fight 30% of the time with one shot. A rifle, we're talking about a full rifle round or a shotgun, that's going to double to around 60%. Now, what is good about having a pistol chambered carbine is that you're going to have the ease and control. And I want to put up a couple of pictures right here. Now, you see those pictures? Those were standing at 30 feet. The first one is 30 feet. The second one is 45 feet. And the third one was 40 yards, if I remember right. Okay. Now, if you look at them, it's going to be nice and tight compared to if you were standing with the pistol. Most of us is not going to be having anything that tight. So when you're dealing with the chambered carbine, shot placement is going to be very important. Okay. And that's what you're going to get with the pistol chambered carbine. The other thing that I'd like to say is that for home defense, when a round comes out of here, and this is just a 40 Smith & Wesson, a typical speed for that is going to be about 1,100 feet per second. And a pistol chambered carbine, using standard pressure loads, that's going to increase anywhere between 80 up to 200 feet more, per second faster. So you can actually get, in theory, if it does run out of here at 1,100, we can boost that up to 1,300 feet per second. Now we're getting in the range of the speed of a 10 millimeter round, the original 10 millimeter round. Okay, so that's going to be very effective. Again, you're not going to be getting that much recoil, and you're going to be putting that much more muzzle velocity and physical hitting. The person is going to be feeling a little bit more guaranteed. So when you are looking at home defense, seriously, and you want to keep things simple, seriously consider a pistol chamber carbine that would make sense for you. Okay, I think it is a great stopgap in between. This is a very good gun for a couple of the scenarios that we had, and it's a good also hybrid if you do have to tromp around the house looking for Elmer Fudd, or if you have to secure a family member and take them back into a safe room. This would be a good hybrid for it, especially if you have a sling, a single position sling. You can still be at a semi-ready and also help family members if you choose. So again, that's just a little brief synopsis on what a pistol chamber carbine can do for you in a home defense scenario. My name is Caden. This is Castle Tutelage, your home defense network. I hope this helps.